Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes, and we are live right now on an international call, on an international broadcast, broadcasting to all four corners of the world. Guys, what I want to do today here is I want to talk to you a little bit about the right mindset that you have to be in a top recruiter. And I wanted to share with you, because as I start talking about this, I get goosebumps. Look at my arm right now. It's crazy. Right? It's crazy how this happens, guys. That's quantum physics. That is my body that is communicating out with the electrons, sending out a message of my preferred state. Okay? Now, what I'm going to share with you tonight is that so much about your results in business is all going to be directly related to whether or not you are clear, okay? Whether or not you are clear. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, are you still holding on to stuff, okay? We all go through this stuff, guys. Don't think that I'm immune, right? Like, I mean, don't think that, I've got some, little tiny area that I'm in where I don't have to go through this. Okay, now I'm just gonna share this with you guys, okay? Because this right here is me doing another vision board. Okay? So don't think that, you're the only one, or that I don't have to go through this process because I've got immunity, right? Don't think that because I understand quantum physics and how this stuff works and how our bodies communicate with the electrons and how to manifest and create and thought-directed emotion-generating feeling, don't think that just because that I know that stuff, that I don't do that stuff, okay? So it's important for you to understand, if you're watching this, or if you are maybe tuning into the concept of manifestation and creating your own reality for the first time, right? That this is an ongoing process. This is a daily process that you have to commit to, right? You've got to commit to, no different than having a shower, no different than brushing your teeth, no different than having a green shake, no different than going down to the gym, right? It's all a process, and if you make the commitment that you're going to make it part of your daily activities, right, you will start to see the results. You will start to see the results. Now, one of the things that you'll hear me talking a lot about in our training and our Millionaire mentoring is that your gateway to your future is actually in cleaning up your past, okay? Your gateway to your future is cleaning up your past. Now, when I say that to people, a lot of times they don't really understand what I'm talking about. Okay, now what I'm talking about is that, we all go through, our life path. We all go through, time that happened when we were a baby, and what happened when we went to elementary school, and how were we treated by our parents, right? What are the emotions that we're holding on to about stuff that happened to us in our timeline, right? Whether that is with our brothers and sisters, our parents, relationships that we've been in, friendships that we've had, relationships that have broken up, right? Relationships that may not have worked, people that are you may have been in business with somebody and maybe they stole some money from you, or they embezzled money, or they ran off with all the money. It could have been a situation where you were lied to or deceived, or somebody tricked you. There's all sorts of things that can happen in our own life path, right, that we have to actually fully take ownership for. and realize that sometimes that the things that actually happened in our past that we look at as painful experiences, we look at them like they've been people that have done us wrong or events that have done us wrong, that's actually part of your breakthrough that you're about to go through, okay? Because what it does is it builds up your Pandora's box. That's your fuel, guys, just so you know, okay? That's your jet fuel to go inward. When you finally just surrender, you relinquish, you love yourself enough to stop the fight, to stop the struggle, to take that journey inward, and to finally be free. Really what it comes down to, okay? Because here's what I'm going to share with you guys. The longer that you fight this, the longer that you do this, of you against you, you against you can't advance, guys. It's not possible to advance. Now, if you're in a position where you're doing this you against you constantly, and you are the negative chatter that goes on constantly in your mind, here's the interesting thing. You will actually start to manifest and create everything that you do not want into your reality. And I want you to think about this, guys, okay? Two worlds simultaneously, parallel realities, okay? Over here, everything you want. Over here, everything that you don't want. If you can get clear, if you can get these emotions out of your body, you can actually start to create this reality over here. It's very easy. It's very effortless. The people will just start magically showing up into your reality, right? There will be no resistance, okay? None at all, okay? Now, last night I did a Millionaire mentoring session for, it was like 2 hours and 24 minutes or something like this, and I did live recruiting. So I wanted to show people what I was talking about how there's no sales pitch in recruiting, okay? That's not what recruiting even is. So if you talk to any person that's a corporate recruiter, what you'll find about those people is that they're very good at getting people to laugh. They're very good at changing people's state. They're very good at, you know, taking people into a journey in their mind, okay? They're very good storytellers. They're very good at building rapport fast, right? In a conversation. Within a couple of minutes, they can build rapport, right? You feel good. They get you to laugh. They change your state. And now they can find that you start to open up to them, right? That's all they want you to do, guys, just so you know, as a corporate recruiter. They want you to open up to tell them the truth. Okay, it's like truth serum, okay? So here's what I will tell you about the actual recruiting. If you can find a few things in common, and if you're on social media chat, get an LOL, okay? You've accessed the vault right there, okay? You can get yourself an LOL, or if I'm gotten somebody a story and it's like, hey, you know what's happening in your world, just want to reach out, touch base, say a quick hello. What have you been up to, right? Listen. They go, what about you, right? Cool thing in my life. My son's in town. I went to the Lion King. It was so great. Oh man, I got to tell you this story. This is hilarious. Okay, I'm going to change their state now. I'm going to get them to laugh. We're both going to be laughing. Ha 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 ha. Now I can direct whatever it is that I want. Okay, I can just ask them how they're finding the economy right now overall. Okay, now if I'm coming down off of a laugh, okay, I've got the vault open. Now that's truth serum, guys, just so you know. That's truth serum. They will tell me everything that's going on in their life. If I'm looking for management, right, CEO, CFO, VP of marketing, whatever, I'm going to say, hey, Tom, just out of curiosity, do you know anybody right now that you can think of off the top of your head that's either in between careers, right? That's transition, or underpaid at their job, that's breaking point, right? That might have the qualifications to whatever, you know, be the CEO. I'm just rolling out a company right now, I'm looking for a new CEO. You know, typically first year, they're looking at about 175 to 200, depending on their qualifications. Could be some stock options and stuff involved. Can you think about anybody off the top of your head that might have the qualifications I can get in front of? That's networking, guys, okay? Now, I haven't talked about any company. I haven't talked about any opportunity. I'm not talking about comp plans, okay? So that is what I call real life networking, right? If I'm going to expand a company and I need key people, okay? If I'm one of the senior people in a company, okay, this is how companies grow, guys, just so you know. Before resumes go out, before ads start running, okay? Typically what happens is this. The main core group of the management team, right, they say, guys, huddle up. They have a boardroom meeting, and they go, okay, you know, we got this position that's open in the company. We need somebody to fill it. Who do you guys know in your roster of contacts that might have the qualifications, that might be open right now, that we can talk to fill this position? That's real life business, guys. That's how real business is done, okay? They don't start running ads on Monster or whatever, or you know, going and looking for a corporate recruiter until the core management team meets and they find out who do they know that is either in between careers or underpaid at their job that might have the qualifications to fill that spot, right? Makes sense? Pretty basic though, right? I mean, maybe I take this stuff for granted because I've been in corporate for so long that it's just common sense to me, right? Like, why would a company want to go out and pay for an ad campaign when there's influential people that they have already in the company? They can go, oh yeah, you know, Tom such and such, you know, he's phenomenal talent. You know, I worked with him on a couple of deals, and right now I think he could be, you know, open. I think he might be in between deals, right? Let me give him a call, find out, see where he's at, and you know, feel him out. That's how real business gets done, guys, just so you know, okay? So what you've got to understand, though, is that if you are not clear, okay, what do I mean by that? If you are still attached to your baggage, okay, from when you were growing up as a kid, and you have not connected internally with that 5-year-old little boy or girl that just needs to know that everything's going to be okay, that just needs to have a hug, right? If you haven't gone through that journey, right, you're going to still be dealing with this often, right? Often, okay? So if you're in any type of a position where you feel that you're being judged, or that you could be rejected, or that people are going to say no to you, or that people are going to shun you, or that people are going to, you know, say something against you, okay? That's what will start happening. Okay? It's almost like somebody's grabbing your vocal cords, okay? If you want to get into the stage of being a top recruiter, guys, you got to get that out of your body. There's a sense of urgency to get that out of your system so that you can just do the regular stuff of, you know, what a senior executive would do, right? Which is just to connect with people. You know what I mean? You know, it's like it's not a difficult thing to say to somebody, you know, hey Bob, how's it going? How's your day going so far? Just want to reach out, touch base, and say a quick hello. What's going on in your world? And listen, right? There's no, you can't get rejected by doing that. It's impossible to get rejected in doing that, okay? Now, on last night's recruiting, what I shared with people is that all I want to do is to find out about the person, find out a little bit about their life, find out where they are at. That's it, right? You know, if they tell me they have a job, I want to find out, is it their passion? Because if it's not their passion, I got them. If they're on a path in life and they tell me whatever, they're realtor, mortgage broker, insurance agent, they're in sales right now. Or really, what exactly is it that you sell? You know, I was talking to this one lady today. What exactly is it that you sell? She sells, you know, children's savings accounts for university, right? So what do I say? Is it your passion, right? If it's not their passion, you got them, okay? So if a person tells me that they're not having success and they've got a home-based business, these are the things that I want to know, okay? Number one, how long have you been doing it? These are mentor questions, okay? How long have you been doing it, okay? Do you do it full-time or part-time, right? How big is your team? Who's your mentor? And what's your monthly marketing and advertising budget? 5 questions, guys. I can find out everything that I need to know about you as an entrepreneur in 5 questions. Okay, I'll say them one more time, okay? How long have you been doing what you're doing? Oh, I'm in, you know, Organo Gold. Oh, great company, right? I know a bunch of leaders in that company. How long have you been with Organo? 2 years. Do you do it full-time or part-time? Part-time. They're broke. Right there. I got them, right? So now I want to know how big is their team. I find out how much money they're making just from the first 3. Now that's going to indicate the last 2, which are the reason why they're not having any success. They've got no mentor, and they got no monthly marketing and advertising budget to properly run the business, okay? I can help in both those categories. You see how that works? So those, you know, if I'm having a casual conversation with somebody and I ask those 5 simple questions, I know exactly where they're at. Okay, now watch the difference. So what company are you with? You know, oh, I'm with, you know, Prepaid Legal. How long you been with Prepaid Legal? 5 years. Do you do it full-time or part-time? Full-time, right? Who's your mentor? They give me some 7-figure income earner name, and I go, what's your monthly marketing and advertising budget? And they go, you know, $2,000 to $3,000 a month, right? That person is on a path and they're having success, right? Because they're running their business like a real business. They have a mentor and they have some type of a budget. Might not be massive, but they have a budget to work with. Now, here's what I will ask you. What company do you know of that has no budget? Literally, that's got no budget at all, none, 0, right? Those are the companies that most of the times go under, just so you know. Like, what restaurant do you know that does no advertising? None. When's the last time that you saw Coca-Cola say, we're cutting our entire marketing budget, we're not doing any more marketing ever again, right? Pepsi would take over the marketplace, right? So what you've got to understand about networking, okay, is that there's 3 basic ways that you can launch a business. You can launch a business, okay? You are either going to run an advertising campaign to bring awareness to what it is that you're doing. If you do that, you want to focus on your target market's problem with what's called a lead magnet, okay, to get them to opt in or to get them to, you know, they're getting something of value, okay? And then what you're going to be able to do is to build a relationship and a connection with those people, offering them more value, right? And then you're going to invite them to a webinar where they can find out more about what it is that you do, right? That's paid marketing. That's one strategy that you can use to launch a business, okay? The next strategy that you can do is to connect with people to find out what's going on in their life. Not, have I got a deal for you? You got to get in my deal. I'll tell you, we got this great deal. Don't do that, guys. Okay, if you want to, you know, have a successful business, you have to come from a position of providing value to the marketplace. Okay, so if I'm reaching out to those people and I'm finding out what's going on in their life, right? And there's 3 things I'm looking for. I'm looking for their pain, I'm looking for a problem, and I'm looking for whether or not they're living their passion or not. Okay, pain, problem, and passion. 3 things. Real simple to find out. Somebody tells me they're a realtor. Oh, really? How long have you been doing that? 15 years. Is it your passion? Right away, I can find out, guys. It's real easy. Okay, so that's reaching out to people, right? Reaching out and connecting with people. And they can be any people. And one of the reasons why I love social media is that if you really understand the networking type of a business model, relationships, guys, relationships typically take between 5 and 12 connections to forge a relationship. This is really important, guys, okay? So if you have somebody that's watching you on social media and you're providing value constantly, you already have multiple exposures. You've already built a bridge. You already have a relationship with that person without even talking to them, okay? Now check how this works. If I'm on social media and you hit my like button and you've already seen my content multiple times, I've already built a relationship with you through my content, right? Now I say, hey Tom, how's it going? How's your day going so far? Pretty good, Darren. How about yourself? Now I go, the naked soul. Okay, I'm going to share my world. I'm going to share my real world, guys, and send pictures. I share that my son's in town. I'm going to share that I went to the Lion King and it was amazing, right? So I'm going to share my world. Now, human beings are mirrors, so if I share my world, you share your world. Now, my goal is to get you to an LOL. That's my goal. Okay, once I do that, I'm in. I've accessed the vault. Okay? Now, all I want to know is, what are you doing right now, and is it your passion? Because if it's not your passion, I'm going to find out what your passion is, and why aren't you living your passion? Guess why most people aren't living their passion? Money. That's why. They don't have enough money to pay their bills to live their passion. Well, what happens if we can get them all the money to pay all their bills? They can live their passion, right? But if I can find out what that person's passion is, right? Once I get them to this, they actually start telling me about their pain. They start telling me about their problem. Okay, now I can help them to solve their pain, to solve their problem, right? So that's the key here to this type of business model. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to, we got some great news today, guys. We've got Adalia here on the line from Calgary. Adalia, can you maybe just unmute for a sec here, and we'll just open up the line? Just click on your picture there, or up at the top, there's, right at the very top, there's an unmute.
Done.
Okay, great. Okay. So, guys, this is really exciting. I'm really fired up right now. I gotta tell you, I'm so excited right now because this is a really great example. Okay, this is a really great example of the power of our training. Okay, the power of our training that we have on our team, right, in our group. So I want to share with you, first of all, that how this kind of all came about, okay? So Adalia and I actually met in Nashville, okay? We met at the Nashville conference, and, you know, we had a chance to connect a little bit. We chatted, we had a, you know, a connection, right, exchange, right? And Adalia actually reached out on social media, and she liked one of my posts, okay? Now, I didn't even realize, it's kind of a funny story, guys. I didn't even realize that that was the person that I had met in Nashville. I had no idea, okay? So I did what I normally do, is to, you know, hey, Adalia, how's it going? How's your day going so far? Darren, right? And she says, pretty good. How about yourself? And I said, you know, my son's in town. My son's in town from, you know, San Diego. He's here for the summer, blah, blah, blah. Exactly what I talk about, okay? Now, it wasn't until I was a little bit further down the chat that I realized, holy cow, this is the woman that I met in Nashville, right? So we started to exchange back and forth and connect, okay? Relationships, guys, relationships, okay? So Adalia was telling me a little bit about her story about how she had been in the company for about 4 months, and she really hadn't gotten any liftoff. She hadn't gotten any traction. So I invited her into our group, okay? And she started to follow the content, okay? I gave her access into the 7-Figure Profit Maximizers, and she went through the training, the same training, guys, that everybody here has had, right? With the vision board, the proclamations, the opening the vortex, the surrender, and the subconscious time travel. Now, what I want you to do, Adalia, is maybe just share with the people here a little bit about your background. Like, you know, where did you come from? Tell us a little bit about, you know, who you are and what did you used to do before Empower Network?
My name is Adalia Sutherland. I came from a tiny island in the Caribbean, and I came to Canada in 1994. I was 22 years old, and I met my husband down in the Caribbean, and I came for a better life. And I have 2 kids. One name is Derek, and the other is Cassidy. One is 12, and one is 20. I've worked in the oil and gas industry for about 12 years now. And I'm a senior buyer in procurement. I've worked for all of the major oil industries like TransCanada, Husky, Jacobs, AMEC, just in procurement. And I've noticed in 2012, I've noticed this guy on Facebook. I just met him on Facebook, and I noticed he always was posting where he was traveling, posting motivational posts. He was posting his pictures wherever he went to, posting his commissions, talking about Empower. He was engaging me by sending me links to view some promotional videos. And finally, I decided to join Empower when my contract was over at TransCanada Pipelines as a buyer, and I felt the urgency to do something different. I didn't want to be that person stuck in an office anymore. I didn't want to report to anyone. I wanted to live my dream. Live my dream of, you know, freedom, time, like just go wherever I want to go, see my kids whenever I want to see my kids, spend time with my kids, just have that financial freedom. So I decided to join Empower. In the meantime, I was still looking for my career, my job back in another contract, maybe another oil and gas, but the oil industry is really bad in Calgary. So I decided to pursue Empower. I didn't really believe, I didn't have that faith in Empower yet until I went to Nashville and I met all the motivational speakers on stage, and everyone seemed so hype. I'm like, why are they so hype? And the company seems very exciting. So after that, I went back to Calgary and I decided to focus on trying myself to get more leads. But I don't think I was doing it the right way. I wasn't connecting to people in an emotional state. Like I wasn't connecting to the marketplace in just like what Darren said, like you have to reach out to people. I wasn't doing that. I was just sending them my links as soon as I start talking to them. I didn't ask them, so how was your day? How you doing? You know, just trying to get a sense of connection with them. So, and then I met Darren in Nashville, and we exchanged information, and I started liking his posts, and I started following him. He didn't realize I was following you. I was following you, Darren. And I noticed this guy, guy is always there with his superhero powers and his, his posts, and I really enjoyed it. And then one day he sent me a message and he goes, "Hi, how are you doing?" And I said, "I'm fine." And he sent me the link to his training program, and I followed it. And I started seeing, it was 2 weeks ago, and I started seeing like changes going on with my emotions. I felt more positive. I felt like I was in a different reality. I went through the training program by completing my vision board, which I'm not completely done, but I will get through it. Everything started changing as soon as I started doing the vision board. Like I started connecting to people. I started feeling that shift. That gateway started opening, and I felt different emotions. I went back into my past. As soon as I started completing the vision board, I went back into my past, and I got really emotional. For example, I remember when I was in a relationship with this guy, and he suddenly passed away, and I was telling him that, you should listen to me. And then I left St. Lucia, and then when I came back, he died, and I really felt it, and I felt the emotions coming back, and I felt of my I remembered my childhood, and I remembered childhood friends. I reached out to someone I used to live with their parents in St. Lucia, and I was 8 years old, and we were talking today, and so many things happened in the span of 2 weeks, and I'm reaching out to more people. And on Monday, I felt that shift, and I followed exactly what Darren told me on our training, and I reached out to about maybe 43 people, and 19 people got back to me, and I signed up one gentleman that I know I worked with, and he was so enthusiastic, like the energy just like we connected. We didn't connect it before, but as soon as I sent him a text, for some reason he just connected with me, and it's like the energy mirrored, like the energy flowed through the computer, and he signed up. And then I was talking to him today, and he goes, "Adalia, I want to go all in." Like, he's excited, and he's like responding to Darren's post, and he's like, "Let's rev it up." And I'm like, wow, I saw the shift. So it's everything that Darren is saying is working.
Fantastic. So you brought up some really cool things, Adalia, about just connecting with people, just to say hello to people, just to find out what's happening in their life. And you gave some, guys, here's what I want to share with you right now that's really important, okay? What Adalia just did was she gave you a little mini blueprint, okay? So she said, okay, I went through this training, I started on this vision board, and I got connected to my vision, right? And she actually started tuning into the Millionaire Mentoring, and what happened was that she did, in a compressed period of time, 43 contacts, okay, 43 contacts. Out of the 43 contacts, 19 people responded to get to this, to start a relationship, right? So you can start to do calculations from this, okay? This is what I'm talking about sharing your data, okay? So here's an example. Who here wants to find out how I implemented this top secret marketing strategy, right, to a select group of only 43 people? I made 19 connections, and it produced a $3,000 day. That's marketing, guys. Okay, that's called marketing. So what happens is that you have an experience, you collect some data, you use the data to get more people interested to what it is that you do, so that you can also show them your business opportunity. See how that works? Okay? So you take an action step. She did 43. She reached out to 43 people. 19 people responded, right? And I can tell you this, out of those 19, I think right now there's 2 or 3 more people that are going to actually join her. So the data is not completely done, just so you know. But one is already converting to $3,000, okay? And the whole thing collectively now is what I call a marketing case study, right? So what I call that when I roll up my campaign is I just discovered this top secret marketing strategy, or I just rolled out an underground marketing campaign, right? I put a little bit of mystique behind it, right? Who here wants to know how, if you saw me post in the last couple of days, who here wants to know how I rolled out this top secret marketing strategy and got a 63% opt-in rate, right? You want to know how, if you want to know my top secret, those are strategies that I teach my Black Card members, right? So what ends up happening, people go, right? That's stuff that I teach my Black Card members. Well, what do you got to do to be Black Card? Watch this video. I don't have to say a lot, guys. You understand that? You don't have to say a lot if you know how to be a marketer, right? The only thing that I say when somebody says, how do I do that? Or what do I do to do that? Or how do I get the results that you got, right? Real simple. 3 words. Watch this video. 3 words. 3 words. It'll make you rich, right? So Darren, tell me about that marketing plan. How does that whole thing work? Watch this video. Hey Darren, I want to find out about these products that you market. What are they all about? Watch this video, right? Hey Darren, how are you having these days where you're making $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in a day? Watch this video. Real simple, guys, right? The less you say, the more money you make. The less you say, the more money that you make. Okay. So, Shirley, can you unmute?
Yes, what's up?
Okay, where are you? Okay, there you are. Okay. Shirley, can you just share with everybody here on the panel, from when you started till today, I want you to talk about the biggest breakthroughs that you've had, the shifts that you've had in mindset, and how have you been able to, in such a short period of time, get so much interaction and get so many people actually broadcasting your stuff out to help you win that vision board contest?
Yeah, well, in the beginning, it's crazy because it's so similar to Adalia's story and, her whole timeline. I mean, everybody's timeline is different, but it's pretty much the same thing. So basically, I started this last month, and then I was just this little mouse just watching everyone and just attending from time to time. And then as soon as I got into the Millionaire mentoring and quantum physics, I just had that change to where I started taking more action, and I started taking more action, and I didn't even know when it happened, honestly. It just happened. It was just like I just stopped caring so much about what others may think, and I stopped caring about the mistakes I may make or the things that I might say that people wouldn't like or wouldn't like. So yeah, I did the whole vision board thing, and I did the I started attending these calls, even before I was like, okay, well, I'll just watch the replay. But no, it's now like I gotta get there at 6 p.m. Pacific time. I just have to be there because it's just I love this stuff. I love absorbing everyone else's energy. And so the first time I actually posted my video, I got a dramatic I got a lot of likes from it, and then people actually started coming to me themselves. I didn't have to go to them. I didn't have to actually message anybody. They just started coming to me, and again, it's because I presented myself as a leader, providing content and value that people can relate to, and that's why they're viewing me as someone that they can easily approach, basically being harmless and easily approachable. So with the 3D vision board contest that I won, it's really odd how I think about it, because it's showing my thought process, how I have that blocker in the beginning, and I think about it more, and I'm like, wait a minute, no, I gotta stop thinking that way. I gotta stop being negative, and then it just went from there. And that's honestly, the whole 3D vision board is my journey with this business. It's like I stopped thinking about or worrying about what tomorrow would bring. I said, okay, I did this today. Oh, what about this? What if this doesn't happen? Oh well, I'll find out tomorrow. And then the next day comes, I'm like, well, okay, there you go. That's what happened. Oh wait, what about what'll happen tomorrow? Oh well, we'll find out. So that's how it got me so far in everything. I just stopped worrying. I stopped freaking myself out, and I just took action, basically. And that's why people support me so much right now, and they're showing their support because they see my vision along with me. I'm letting them know, and they're understanding, and they're rooting me on. And even right now, people are approaching me still. I'm easily approachable because no matter what, I'm harmless. No matter what I do, I'm harmless. I'm still me, and I'm still everyone's friend. So yeah.
Right on. Like, guys, this is just so amazing. I mean, honestly, this is like so incredible because, Shirley's right. Her story is very parallel to Adalia's story. And there's a lesson to learn here, guys, okay? Because you might hear me say these words like, get emotionally connected to your dream, walk forward in complete blind faith, right? Knowing that it will happen, right? In order to do that, you have to be in the present moment, right? You have to be walking forward in the timeline, right? Clear, right? Aware of your self-talk, and be speaking your reality into existence. They're both talking about the same thing, right? This is what's so cool about this. It's one thing for me to talk about it. Guys, here's the secret. Here's the secret to get whatever it is that you want in your life. Here's the secret to manifest, right? But when there's an actual result, right, where somebody says, well, I just did this, 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 and this, and this. I just did this, 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 and this, right? And it's consistent with both stories, okay? So here's what I will share with you. They both got emotionally connected to their dream. I talk about lassoing your future reality and pulling it into your body, okay? Right here. This is what is broadcasting. The body is communicating with the electrons, guys, just so you know. Your body is communicating with the electrons. Now, when you start going through all of the imagery and pasting it on the board, and then all of a sudden it makes the 3D shift right through the board, it pulls you through, something happens internally inside your body, guys. It's no joke. It's no joke, right? Something happens internally inside your body when you go from the two-dimensional board to the three-dimensional, where you can reach your arm right through it, okay? Now, in the event that you move to the next stage, which is speaking the reality into existence like it's already happened with I am proclamation statements, and then opening up your 5-year time continuum, right? Once that happens and you go through Unleash the Alpha Within, the flashbacks start, which is what Adalia is going through right now. Now, Shirley, have you had the flashbacks?
Yeah, all the time. And you mention all the time that it's constantly going to be, your emotions going to go from here to here, here to here every day, and that's me every day. But I'm every day I wake up and I'm so much better than I was the day before. So it's no matter what emotions I went through yesterday, today I feel so much better knowing that I've overcome those past issues that I've had that have blocked me from getting where I want to be.
Fantastic. Okay, so I want to ask you this. When I first started explaining about quantum physics and the electrons and, you know, speaking the reality into existence and all these things of thought-directed emotion that generates feeling, now you've only been on this path for maybe 6 weeks or so. Can you now, when I'm talking about this, can you go, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going through in my body? Yeah, this is right. Does it make a lot more sense now?
Yeah, every time. It's crazy that it's the same time, hour, moment last month. I kind of was just listening to you, and I still had that. I heard everything you said, and it just kind of repelled. And I think that happens to a lot of people because they're not emotionally connected to their dream yet. But hearing you talk now, it's like from leader to leader. It's no longer student to leader anymore. It's same person, same person. You're really no different from me, and I'm no different from you. And it's just we're on the same path. We understand and we feel it the same way. So yeah.
Fantastic. Guys, you know, this is like, for me, okay, because this is like me getting an Academy Award. Seriously, I'm not kidding it. These two stories right here with Adalia and with Shirley is like me, you know, going up and getting an Academy Award, because it's not about me, okay? It's not about me. This is about a mission. This is about a life mission to be able to free the world, to help people to step into their greatness and their personal power, guys. This is like so amazing. So Adalia, when we first started talking about this stuff, what did you go through something similar to that? Were you like, you know, what exactly is this guy talking about? Okay, you're muted right now. You gotta unmute. You gotta unmute.
I was, and I was like, what is that? What is he talking about? The first time I listened to this on Saturday, it was at nighttime. I was supposed to go out with my friend, and I decided to watch the whole video. And when I was watching it, I was like, everything to me, it started happening when you started talking, and I was like, wow, you know, this is for real. I started feeling all these emotions and all these different, I think, like different realities. I had different realities, different experiences, and I'm still going through this today, like every day.
Wow,
I'm
that's
going
exciting.
through different realities, and it's getting better. Like I'm like more positive. Like I'm not even thinking about my past anymore. I'm not even thinking about what happened. Like I'm just in a different zone, like in a different reality. And I haven't even completed my vision board. Could you imagine if I did that? Finish my vision board? Like a whole new world open up. You
So
know?
great. So great. So proud of you guys. This is so great. Okay, guys, you know what I want to share with you is this. We are right now at a stage of our growth as a company, as a team, as a group of leaders. And what is really exciting right now is that companies all go through these different stages of growth, okay? They go from formulation to concentration to momentum to stability. There's four sort of major, evolutions of companies, okay? Now, when we first started on this path, it was all brand new. It was brand new, uncharted territory that nobody really knew, right? So that's what you call the formulation stage, right? Where there's a lot of variables. People don't really know what's going to happen. You know, you've got credit card processing, and you've got licensing issues, and all sorts of things that have to happen in the formulation stage. But once a company breaks that, right, and they move into the next stage, which is the concentration stage, that's when, people start coming on board, and teams start building, and leadership starts coming into place. And right between these two little areas, guys, between the concentration and the momentum, if you have ever been in a company that hits a stage of momentum, right, when they're on that upswing, and they go from sort of where we're at, we've done about $165 million in sales right now, on that upswing, it is magical. No joke, guys. No, I'm not hyping this. I'm telling you that there's a magic where you will literally have your phone ringing off the hook with people throwing their credit card at you wanting to join your business. It's a phenomenon, right? And if you experience this even just once, right, it's like that's what brings you back to the industry. When you've got days where you've got, 50, 100, 200 people joining your team in one day, in a day, right? And that's when the big wealth is made in this industry. And that's where we're at right now. We're at a really critical time right now between that, concentration and just coming out of that peak. That's the time, guys, when you want to get involved in a company. That is the time. That's the time when the tide comes in, all of those boats rise, right? And that's where we're at right now. So what I would encourage you to do is this. Click the link below. If you're watching this right now and you're seeing this video and there's buttons underneath, take the online tour. And what I can tell you is this. In addition to the information that the company provides, we have this Quantum Physics Millionaire Mentoring bonus training that is a $3,000 bonus. And I can tell you that it's the science behind getting rich. Once you learn this information, guys, about quantum physics, you will never ever have to worry about money again for the rest of your life. And that is not hype. That is a promise. You can take that to the bank. Once you learn how your body is communicating with those electrons and how to morph and mold and sculpt your reality, you can literally write out your reality, your dream world, and manifest it and make it happen. Okay, now, using these strategies that I teach people, I've personally been able to generate as much as almost $4 million in a single year, guys. So this isn't hype. This isn't something that I read in a textbook. I didn't go to, hey, I went to this webinar or seminar and let's give this a good college try. This is tried, tested, proven strategies that I've learned over almost 30 years of being in personal development with Anthony Robbins, with Dr. Lee Poulos, 3 years as his vice president, and Dr. Dov Baron, 2 years studying quantum physics. The secret beyond the secret, the science behind getting rich. This is the real deal, okay? So what I would encourage you to do if you're watching this for the very first time is to click the link below, take the tour, and if you decide that you have finally drawn a line in the sand where you will no longer stand for the reality the way that it is, and you're going to raise your standards, okay? Here's the great thing. You have a support system, and this is what most people miss as entrepreneurs. They don't have an infrastructure. They don't have a support system. They don't have customer support. They don't have a compliance team, right? So it's very difficult solo as an entrepreneur to be able to do the things that we can do collectively as a team, right? Together, everyone accomplishes more. There's no I in team, guys, okay? So what I will share with you is that the information that we provide, right, as a team can literally change your life, not just in business. I'm talking about your marriage. I'm talking about the relationship with your children. I'm talking about your health and wellness. I'm talking about your ability to manifest, you know, cars and homes and things, materialistic things. I'm talking about your spiritual connection, your ability to give back, make a difference, and leave behind a legacy. So my name is Darren Little with the MLM Superheroes. I encourage you, throw your hat over the wall, take action, and your life will literally transform right in front of your eyes. So I look forward to meeting you in person one day, and I look forward to getting to the top. Bye for now.